Healthy people, it's time to make elderberry syrup. Let's go. Ginger, cinnamon, cloves, lemon, and honey. And I got my spring water. And now it's time to take the elderberries out. This bag. And off those little suckers go. Plenty. Plenty of elderberries. Just gonna pull them right off of the stems, which is much easier to do when they're frozen. This is what it looks like when all the berries are removed. We got quite a bit in there, but we got quite a bit still in the bag, so more to go. I had to move this operation to the sink. And as you can see, we got almost a full colander of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful elderberries. All right, as beautiful as they may be, they still need to be washed. So I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time cleaning them up here and getting some of those stems out. Here I'm putting the spring water in my pot. Put the elderberries and all the ingredients in. So I realized after I put the elderberries in the water that there's still quite a bit of like stems and stuff in there. So I think what I'm gonna do is do like a straining process like a few times. So I'll strain and restrain and try to get some of that gunk out of there. Yeah, I want it to be gunk free. Although, you know, we know that, again, this is fresh elderberries, and we know that we're gonna strain the juice out of the elderberries, not really using the elderberries themselves for the syrup. But again, I want it to be as clean as possible. So I'm gonna go through and strain it up a bit more. So all of my ingredients have come to a boil. Ooh, lots of steam. They're doing their thing in here. Got all the ingredients except for the honey. I do the honey after everything boils. So while the elderberry ingredients are doing their thing, I got my mason jars boiling. I just want to make sure they're as sterile as possible. So I got the lids and the jars coming to a boil. I'll rotate them around for a few minutes and then let them dry. So now it's time to extract the elderberry juice from all the other ingredients. So as you can see, I have a colander here and I'm pouring in the juice, and now all that goodness is coming out along with the elderberries, the cloves, the lemon, the cinnamon, the ginger, all that goodness. As you can see, it's piping hot. I did let it sit on the stove for a little bit just to let all those juices marinate. And now it's time to just strain and separate the ingredients from the juice, which the juice is going to make the syrup. Okay, so now I am taking a produce bag from Sprouts. You can use it or that's similar to a cheesecloth. If you want to use a cheesecloth, you can use that as well. And I'm taking those dry ingredients and I'm placing them inside the cheesecloth. The reason you want to use a cheesecloth is because you want to then strain the remaining juice into the other parts of the elderberry juice. So I realized this is going to get a little messy. So I figured, let me put on some gloves to squeeze this cheesecloth and go ahead and squeeze all of those great ingredients out. So the goal is to extract as much as you possibly can. Again, you're getting the juice from the elderberries, not the actual elderberries and the additional ingredients themselves. So I'm pumping, squeezing, getting all the goodness, as much of the goodness that I possibly can. See how beautiful the syrup is coming together. And yes, it's still a little bit thin because we still need to add the last ingredient, which is the honey. So you'll want to, if you can get your hands on some local honey, that's going to be best. I wasn't able to get any local honey in time, so I got some organic raw honey instead. Notice I have not given you any amount of ingredients. That's intentional. I believe in just letting the spirit move, honey. Just whatever the Lord say. I'm praying over it while I'm making it. And if I need a little more of this, hey, the Lord will tell me. If I need a little less, I'll back off. So this is the honey that I used. It is about 16 ounces, I do believe. But again, you may want more, you may want less. I don't like my elderberry syrup to be super, super sweet, so I didn't go overboard on the honey. All right, and now I like to go through an additional straining process. I know you're straining the heck out of this thing, just to make sure you get it as clear as possible. So I've got another like a sieve, and I am pouring that delicious elderberry syrup into the mason jar, getting down to the final steps in the process. And you'll see we want to get as much of the goodness, all the juice out as much as possible. There'll be like little pieces of like ginger and stuff inside that sieve. We don't want there to be lots of pieces inside. So we're getting it ready for canning. Super, super excited to have gotten through this part of the process. Again, it's a lot of extra work when you're dealing with fresh elderberry. So to get to this point is quite an accomplishment. So now it is time to can these babies. I know some of y'all have these fancy canning machines and all that. Child, put the things in a pot with some water, let that water boil. Put a lid on top and keep it moving. All right. You'll want to do this for about 15 to 20 minutes or so. And then, bam, take them out, let them cool, add your labels, and you have made elderberry syrup.